We Love St. Charles. A movement of volunteers gathered for the purpose of taking a city initiative to bring restoration to those in need of assistance in the city of St. Charles.
2009 had a vision for a city initiative that could do two things simultaneously. That first of all, it could be a portal for need, an organization that could collect the needs that weren't niched, for lack of a better term. In other words, there's a ton of amazing social service organizations, and most of them, rightfully so, have a very specific niche. There's something that they do very, very well. I wanted to kind of not do one thing well, but be a collection of many things that could be done. Could be a portal for all kinds of needs to come in. And so that's the first thing. And the second thing was that We Love St. Charles would collect volunteers from the city to then use them in the city as well for the purpose of long-term restoration.
We Love St. Charles is excited to announce new strategic partnerships with local organizations that will help take our outreach to the next level. These organizations are already making an impact in the St. Charles community. Organizations like
I'm the street lights that guide you home. I'll be the GPS when you've lost your phone. I'll be the song that's rocking in your headphones. I'll show you the signs to let you know you'll never be alone.
You know, you look for places like this, and there aren't a lot of places. They are majority of the time, they are full.
Something more out there, something that will hold you very tight when you're scared. Cause I know when times get tough and it starts to feel rough, it can feel like everything's crashing down on you. When it seems like every road you're on is hit a dead end, there is hope. Let me show. I'm the street lights that guide you home. I'll be the GPS when you've lost your phone. I'll be the song that's rocking in your headphones. I'll show you the signs to let you know you'll never be alone. You'll never be alone.
In 1997, I read an article about Dress for Success New York, and it really touched my heart. It was about providing interview clothing to women that were coming from disadvantaged situations and helping them to be on the same playing field as anyone else. I remember getting the very first call from an organization that there was a woman that was homeless and she had a job interview. I didn't have anything set up, but I had clothes in the trunk of my car. She came over, we opened up the trunk, there was a suit and it was her size. And that's when I noticed on her feet, she had tennis shoes. And I stood there and thought, she can't go to this interview with tennis shoes. I asked her what size she wore. She wore my size of shoes. I gave her my shoes. She put them on and they fit. And she turned and she looked at the mirror with a tear coming down her face. And I really thought that maybe I had insulted her and I didn't mean to, and I said, I'm so sorry. No, she said, I've never seen myself look like this. She walked out of the door. 2 hours later, my phone rang. I was the first person she called and she landed the job. I knew that that's what I had to do. My husband Brad and I have worked together to form Connections to Success, to offer not just the suits and seeds of success, but to help them with mentoring, to help them with learning about job skills, to put a plan in place that will help them to form the goals that they need to continue to move forward.
It's amazing how children hang on to hope and dare to dream. But we know it's not easy. So many choices, so much life around them. Some need a push, or maybe a hand, a smile, a home. We want them to know we care, to feel our love and understanding, our encouragement. Most of all, we want them to succeed. And with our help, they will.
I hope that the kids that I meet that come to Youth in Need, that even if they're not ready to make a different choice at that time, that they feel like somebody believes in them and that somebody sees them differently than maybe their parents have seen them or the world has seen them.
These are desperate people, and in desperate times, in desperate need, you need to help.
The investment in these kids is going to yield so much for not just themselves and not just for their families, but for their communities. And you know, who knows where the next Mozart is? Who knows where the next great baseball player is? Who knows where the next great father is? And wouldn't it be a crime to miss out on those possibilities?
Dreams come from within, more than we are sometimes willing to admit. Those dreams are shaped by our reality. Improve a child's reality, and you'll improve that child's dreams.
It's going to be a role model to others to show that if you do come from a low-income family, you can set your goals high and achieve them.
Dreams can come true. Help us unleash the power of potential.
In 1893, a group of church members were called to care for people with disabilities. In response to this calling, they founded Emmaus Homes with the mission of enhancing the quality of life for people of all beliefs with cognitive, intellectual, and other developmental disabilities. Today, Emmaus continues its mission, impacting many lives along the way. Families thrive, secure in knowing their loved ones are safe and well supported. Volunteers engage with their local community and find unexpected friendships through mutual service. And clients enjoy independence and a feeling of purpose through strong residential, social, and educational programs.
Nothing like Saturdays for Vicky Hauska. The shelves are stocked.
I can give them a protein for almost every day of the week.
The fridges are full.
Behind door number 1, cookies.
And the families are filing in.
I had 45 families in an hour and a half last week.
Vicky started this free pantry for foster families inside her home 3 years ago. But when the demand outgrew the space, her team moved here. Donors pay the bills, grocers donate the goods, and volunteers supply the love.
We can't foster anymore. Our houses are full, so we can help in other ways.
Back home, Vicky and her husband have 5 boys, 3 who came through foster care. She says the real cost of child rearing is much more than what some foster parents are paid by the state.
It's $7 to $10 a day. You could not find a babysitter or a daycare to babysit a regular child for that price.
Foster care reimbursement rates in Missouri, where she lives, are among the lowest in the country. One study found to adequately cover the cost of care, base payments in 28 states would have to be raised at least 50%. Some states would need to more than double their current base rates.
They think most of the parents that foster do it for the money. We do it for the kids.
She does it for kids like Hopper, Danny and Scott James's newest addition. The couple has fostered more than 40 kids. They now have 7 children, all under the age of 12.
There's just so many children out there that are hurting and they need help. And, you know, it's not their fault that they're in care.
Juvenile Judge Dan Pelican hears about their painful pasts in court. He says Saturdays give them all something to look forward to.
If we can raise their self-esteem, I think we give them hope.
When they're with us, you forget you're in foster care. That's my goal. And if you forgot it for an hour or two, then I succeeded.
Hope and help served up every Saturday. I'm Vanessa Welch reporting.
We'd like to take you through the thrift store. This is Loretta McCollum. Loretta is the manager of the thrift store, and she's also the site manager. She'll tell you about the thrift store.
Welcome. Our thrift store here has just newly been renovated. We're not-for-profit. All the proceeds from the thrift store go to buy food for our food pantry. We are all volunteer organization, no paid employees.
Okay, next we'd like to show you the actual pantry where we store the food and the hygiene items for distribution to the families. And then they'll walk this way. And as you can see, we start out with juice, peanut butter, jelly, pasta sauce. We have other types of pasta here, all different types of vegetables, mixed vegetables, peas, corn. Here's some of the storage that we have that we restock the shelves from. Over here we have our hygiene items. We provide shampoo, toilet paper, toothpaste, toothbrushes, deodorant, hand soap, laundry detergent. Coming down this way, the cart just keeps working around this way. Here you'll see we have breakfast foods, mac and cheese, potatoes, tuna. We also get food from area grocery stores 5 mornings a week. We have volunteers that go out and they'll pick up foods. We get cakes and different pastries. We also buy chicken and hamburger and other items of frozen meat. These are 3 freezers here. Here you can see a gentleman that has just picked up from the grocery store, and he's in the process of putting the items that he got at the grocery store into the refrigerator. Once the shopping cart has been filled, we take it out this door out to the parking lot, and we deliver it to the families that are waiting for their items.
The St. Louis Crisis Nursery is an independent, not-for-profit agency funded by donations and committed to preventing child abuse and neglect by providing short-term, emergency shelter for children whose families are faced with a crisis. In addition to the direct care of the children, the Crisis Nursery gives ongoing support and follow-up care to families and serves as an advocate within the social services system.
Crisis Nursery's first way of responding to parents who are in a crisis is through our 24-hour helpline, that they can reach us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our 24-hour helpline is available to parents that might be experiencing any type of a crisis that makes them feel unsafe, or they're in a place where they don't feel like they can successfully parent the way they want to at that time. We have 5 nurseries region-wide that families can actually bring their children to the nursery, meet with a professional intake counselor that will sit down with them. They're going to get some basic information about their family to ensure that we have everything that we need to know to keep their children safe. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do some goal setting around that crisis, and we're going to talk to them about available resources in their community that might be able to help them and kind of what the next steps are so they feel a sense of hope and security that that crisis will be resolved.